Hello, my name is Musa Katuli, and I am the Senior Director of Data Science and Analytics at Nordstrom. And today, I'm incredibly excited to talk to you about how to deliver personalization at scale with data. We'll touch on what Nordstrom's closer to you strategy is and how personalization magnifies it. Then we'll talk about how our analytics and machine learning platforms act as a foundation for data science enablement. And finally, we'll touch on our approach to applying our tools to deliver personalization at scale. But before we get started, a little bit about me. As much as I love data science, I identify myself first as a husband and a father. A husband to my beautiful wife, Jihan, and a father to my sons, Elijah and Anthony, and dog Nika. And I've had a non-linear path to data science, which started in 1992 when my father bought me a 286 megahertz PC running on MS-DOS with a floppy drive, which at the time was the most advanced technology for portable storage. And this triggered an early passion for coding to solve mathematical problems and automate processes that just shaped a big part of who I am today, which is why it was quite a surprise to my family that I didn't pursue computer science in college, but rather I pursued finance. And my logic at the time was that I enjoyed coding so much that I didn't want to ruin it by making it a job and turn it into a daily chore. So I pursued finance, and the initial idea was to go into equities research and financial engineering. So I got my MBA, I studied for my CFA, and took on traditional analytics roles early in my career at a time when data science wasn't even a profession yet, let alone the term predictive analytics was even coined. And on the side, in my own private time, I continued to fuel my passion for coding algorithms and building data products, mostly for personal use. Examples of products that I built were algorithms to predict stock prices that signaled to me to pull all of my money out of the stock market before 2008. I also built an app that scoured the catalogs of internet fashion retailers' websites to curate outfits, including tops, bottoms, shoes, and accessories. And I did this mainly for myself and my wife, mainly because my wife emphasized that I had a really bad sense of style. So I built an algorithm to learn how the rules of style and build out outfits for myself. I'm proud to share that my wife's perception of my sense of style has since changed for the positive. And this was a time before companies like Stitch Fix or Trunk Club were even conceived of. So if I had to pursue this as a business idea, who knows, maybe I might have been a billionaire today. Fast forward to today. I believe everything happens for a reason though. And I've joined Nordstrom, which is one of the most advanced data science teams in the US, in a role that allows me to bring together my experience, my skills, and my passion to add incredible value within an inclusive and supportive company culture. I'm sure when people think of Nordstrom, they probably don't think of technology or data science. And this is actually one of the main compelling reasons that I joined Nordstrom. For one, there has been a heavy investment in people within data science. The team within data science has grown from a team of about eight years ago to 150 strong today and still growing. We have an engagement model that allows us to provide dedicated support to our functional areas, such as marketing, product, and supply chain, while upholding the rigor and standards and best practices through our robust center of excellence. There has also been heavy investment in tools to empower our analysts and data scientists to deploy data science at scale, some of which we'll discuss today. But you may be asking yourself, what is closer to you? Well, since our founding, we at Nordstrom have maintained a relentless focus for our customers and a dedication to going beyond service to just great service. We believe that at the heart of great service lies a unique combination of convenience and connection. Connection through proximity, literally closer to you, and providing high quality products when and where you want them. And connection by providing personalized shopping experiences. And while convenience is critical, for us, it is just a starting point. We believe that we must also go above and beyond this convenience to truly connect with our customers in their terms and deliver experiences that are relevant and personalized to them. And to help with this, we launched a campaign called Closer to You. And this is not just a marketing campaign. Closer to You actually represents our brand promise and is also a big part of how we functionally organize ourselves to bring about our market strategy to life. And so how do we do this? And how do we make it happen? Well, as a lifelong data and analytics person, I'm naturally going to tell you that it starts with data. You can have the most sophisticated models and algorithms, but if you have garbage data or good data that is not well organized or governed or easily accessible, you run the risk of building what you think are great models on bad data. Companies talk of data lakes that some actually would just call data swamps. And these are just a data scientist's nightmare. If you're going to hire a data scientist, you really need to make sure that they're not spending their time begging for or looking for data or managing data pipelines. You have to make intentional investments in robust infrastructure and people to manage that infrastructure, as well as enforce process within the business to ensure that the quality of that data that flows into that system actually holds water. And at Nordstrom, we've done this with the Nordstrom Analytics Platform, otherwise known as NAP. And what is NAP? If you ask a technical person, you may get a response like the following. Nordstrom Analytics Platform is an ecosystem which integrates business events from various source systems, schematizes them into an object model, and persists them into a queryable profile data structure. Some of you may be with me, but I suspect that most of you may need me to unpack that a little, and that's okay. So let me uncomplicate this with a complicated chart a little bit. As I mentioned already, NAP is not just a system. What really enables NAP's value is a highly disciplined governance of business process to flow all business data across all functional areas into a standardized and scalable event-driven architecture. Event-driven architecture is the native architecture of the modern digital business. Events are defined as occurrences in the business scenario. For example, anytime someone does something meaningful, like adding a product to their cart or wish list, or returning a product to the store, or an employee checking in inventory into one of our distribution centers. These are business events. They are fired through NAP in real time or in near real time in a serverless architecture, which means that there is no latency. And this is really important to scientists and data analysts in that they don't have to wait for failed overnight ETL jobs to rerun their work. An event happens and it's almost immediately available for both offline and online in production. Object models are a collection of events that are of related themes. For example, customer identity. This helps drawing connections between data. And as part of NAP's toolkit, there is a data discovery tool that also allows analysts to discover available data, not just what data is available and what SQL code to use to access that data, but metadata on how the data was sourced and nuances around how to work with the data. This is incredibly significant tool for feature selection and feature engineering within the model building process for data scientists. Profiles are a collection of object models, and they provide a holistic view of something. In this case, a 360-degree view of our customer across clickstream, marketing, store point of sale transactions, and engagement data. And it is this 360-degree view of the customer that helps us get closer to our customers through deeper real-time understanding that enables us to provide personalized product discovery and service. So now that we've found data, what are we going to do with it? Brownie points to you if you caught the song reference there. This is where machine learning platform comes into play, also known as Cerebro or MLP. MLP is part of the broader NAP ecosystem, but is a subset of the infrastructure that is specifically aimed at optimizing machine learning operations. It is basically a language and library agnostic machine learning framework that allows data scientists and analysts to create scalable ML solutions on top of our NAP data, and is really what amplifies the possibilities of what we can do with the NAP data. We don't nearly have enough time to go into every deep detail about MLP, but in a nutshell, when you think of ML ops and all the ingredients that facilitate a data scientist's sanity, several things come to mind, such as scalable development of model serving, ease of productionalization of developed models, reproducibility of models, feature stores to empower consistent feature engineering, model registries. These are by no means an exhaustive list, but are some of the key reasons that the engineering team at Nordstrom has partnered with the Data Science Center of Excellence to build MLP. The ultimate goal here was to allow data scientists to spend less time on operational and technical troubleshooting and more time focused on rapid, scalable experimentation and curating of high quality models. And so all this was really just a drum roll, albeit a very important drum roll, of how these tools are applied to power personalization to make our closer to you strategy come to life. We have the data and we have the tools. Now, how do we apply them? On the surface, personalization at Nordstrom probably appears to be what you may see at most companies with a mature data infrastructure. For acquiring customers, we do personalized marketing via segmentation to identify attributes of customers that we should target and use this to tailor their experience both off our site as well as in our site and our stores. To engage customers, we use personalized product discovery, from curation of outfits or looks using AI to personalized search results and recommendations. And to retain customers, we do personalized outreach to existing customers via email and push notifications. And this is done with custom content as well as custom incentives that are most appealing to a given customer. How are we doing things differently here at Nordstrom though? Well, things that we're doing differently or what we're moving towards is a more seamless and interconnected experience across all touch points. And this begins with insights about the customer from our attribute libraries, affinity models, and propensity models powered by NAP and MLP. These attributes could be simple facts about a customer, such as their demographics, their loyalty level, or whether they own Nordstrom credit card. Or they could be derived attributes for affinity and propensity models, such as affinity to brands like Nike or designer sunglasses. And with these customer attributes, we build rich customer cohort profiles. An example of a cohort profile might be a loyalty customer with an affinity for athletic leggings, floral dresses, and designer sunglasses. And this is just one profile, but in reality, customers are associated with multiple cohort profiles in order to capture the spectrum of interests and affinities that a person may have, because we as humans are much more complex than a single classification would be able to capture. And so a customer's unique mix of cohort associations is what makes up their personalization DNA. If data is the foundation for enabling personalization, then cohort profiles are the cornerstone. And again, it's NAP's 360-degree view of the customer that enables us to build these rich profiles. And this deep contextual understanding of our customer is really how we bring this closer to you vision to life. Once we have these cohorts defined, we can then curate experiences to tell the story, the right story at the right time for that particular cohort. All these experiences are stored in a library, and we call these curated experiences stories. And they form the building blocks of our personalized experience strategy. These stories are then deployed through our personalization decision engines. These engines decide what is the next best story to tell a particular customer or cohort in order to achieve a particular business outcome, such as sales or engagement. So let's say we have a customer. Her name is Jane Smith, and we want to build a personalized email, web, and app experience for Jane in order to encourage her participation in an upcoming promotion. We know that Jane has an affinity for leggings and Nike branded products. And she also has a high-ranking loyalty member at Nordstrom. Through our social media advertising, we can remind her of the promotion start date. She then receives an email with a personalized view of a promo merchandise that she happens to have the most affinity for. And it works, and she's interested. She clicks through on the email onto the app, and on the app or website, she sees personalized stories and product recommendations. Based on her browsing activity and what she puts in her cart or her wish list, she might receive an email with personalized AI-generated outfit recommendations through our outfit builder fashion map. So you may be asking at this point, what is fashion map and what is this AI-generated outfit concept? We don't have time to go into every minutia of detail, but these are basically a set of algorithms that generate outfits or combinations of articles of clothing to put together a look. It consists of two main components. The first component is a statistical model that, given a seed item, such as a shirt, recommends products types that go well logically with that item. For example, if the seed item is a pair of pants, and Jane had put a pair of pants in her cart, then a shirt, shoes, jacket may be reasonable items to add to that outfit, but a skirt would not be a reasonable item. And the second part, Fashion Map, is a convolutional neural network that finds products that match stylistically to the rest of the products per the customer's preferences. The network learns from outfits previously created by human stylists, as well as behavioral data from a customer's associated cohorts. So Jane might be associated with 3 different cohort profiles. The behavior of those cohort profiles' preferences is taken into account in determining what to curate for Jane. And this unlocks incredible scalability for personalization efforts at Nordstrom. So you may be asking, is the juice worth the squeeze on personalization? And absolutely. Through our experimental design, we have found that personalized experiences yield 15% higher open rates on emails, up to 4 times as many click-throughs on emails and paid marketing or on our site, and 2 times more resulting sales dollars than similar outreach or experiences that are not personalized or coordinated across touchpoints. And it's not just personalization, but the interconnected personalization and threading together a story that is consistent across different touchpoints that really moves the needle and tells a compelling story for the customer. So in conclusion, successful deployment of personalization starts with the robust data and machine learning infrastructure, along with appropriate resourcing and process governance to support that infrastructure. Making connections between seemingly disparate data, behavioral data, to build rich customer profiles is the key to unlocking hidden opportunities in personalization. We've realized that in retail, personalization and connected experiences are the future, and this is a big part of why Nordstrom is pursuing this closer to you strategy. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.